Hey guys, welcome to Tommen Talk. I'm Crystal and this is Bree, and this is like a podcast that we thought we'd start up because we're getting like so many questions on like Instagram and TikTok, mainly around like the same thing. So we've decided that we're going to put polls up. You guys can ask the questions and we will answer them.
Yeah, thanks for being here, guys. So we're going to do this for a bunch of different topics. So today we're just really going to talk about Hugh and Katie.
Yeah, so that I think there was a few questions around Hugh and Katie, around obviously their relationship and things like that. So we're just going to spitfire some of the questions and we'll give you our honest thoughts. So the first question is Katie using Hugh as a shield? Is it mutual? Is it a mutual shielding?
I think so. I think they're both going to be mutually shielding. I truly think, though, they do attempt a real romantic relationship early on, like back in 2004. I know we're missing those 9 months, so I think they really attempt. But I think they've like slowly realized it's not really working like how they planned it to be. And I think once like the New Year's at Biddy's and then like we get into 2005 with like the 90s party and all that stuff, I really think that's when the relationship turns and it ends up being more for a shield.
Yeah, and there are like two quotes. There's one, like, I mean, actually, they're both from Hugh's POV, and one of them is saying, like, he's sitting next to Katie, it's comfortable, and I put my arm around her, and I use her as a shield. And then Katie, and then there's the, I guess, confrontation between Feely and Katie around her using him as a shield because they tried to potentially break it off. So I think it is potentially mutual, like, realistically, for them, like, with the timeline, it's looking like there's a lot of things happening in 2005, and it's kind of like they have to have some sort of mutual, conversation and agreement to be able to, I guess, continue the way that they're going with their, I guess, other partners, shall I say.
Yeah, and like also like from like all the other POVs, like the relationship looks perfect, and even our POV, we still kind of we deem it as a real relationship because like we don't know anything yet. So even to us, it kind of seems real, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Like they may have completely had a conversation and be totally fine with everything that's going on. So maybe things aren't cheating, you know, like or maybe they're in a real relationship and they are cheating on each other, or maybe they are taking breaks and like that's like that weird gray area. So like I think it's just going to be like the dynamic is going to be really interesting, and I think Chloe's going to surprise us with it because I don't think she's going to want to like ruin any of her characters, whether that's Katie or Hugh. I can't see her making either of them out to be a villain.
Yeah, 100%. And like if we look at parallels from Aoife and Joey and Paul, you've just got to think like a lot of that came out at the end of their relationship. Like things came out that Paul was cheating along, I guess, throughout it, and then Aoife obviously was emotionally cheating. So potentially that could happen as well. Like we don't actually get the answer until they've actually broken apart, and then we get the truth. So like we're only going to see that person's point of view. So Hugh and Liz, not Katie's. We're only going to see Liz's point of view, and that will obviously may be different to when we do read their books as well.
Yeah, I definitely think like we may see Katie a little bit worse than we see Hugh in the next book, just because we're not inside our head. We're in Hugh's head. You know what I mean? So like we're going to understand Hugh's thought process regarding Liz and why he's doing what he's doing, but we're not going to see Katie's thought process and why she's doing what she's doing with Feely. So I think that's like very important, just because I don't want people going into the next book being like, oh my gosh, like Chloe Walsh is making Katie like this horrible character. I don't think that's the case. I think she's going to have to like make people interested to read Katie's book in the future. And like once we get that Katie POV, whatever that may be, then we're gonna be like, oh, now it makes sense. Like just like how everyone like didn't understand Liz's behavior, but now we do.
Yeah, exactly. And like she's got like if you're an author and you want someone else to read like your next few books, she needs to make it interesting enough for us to want to come back, because potentially those books aren't going to be coming out for a while based on the timeline. Like the priority right now is our like Mark arc. So realistically, we could be waiting a while for Feely and Katie's book. So how do you engage your readers to make them want to stay? You need to come up with a good plot that's going to pull them back, keep us curious, keep us questioning, keep us spiraling.
Yeah, because we're probably not going to get Katie's book for another like 1 to 2 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really don't think it's going to be soon. And yeah, so like how can you hold the attention of your fandom really if it's not intriguing enough? And like I think for us, if it's seen as Katie's good and you know she potentially doesn't do anything wrong and whatnot, it's not that interesting. It's
kind of boring.
It's side character. It's giving side character. Unfortunately, she is the person.
And that's the reverse with making her too mean too. Like it's not like imagine like the Bella character. Like we know she's mean, you know what I mean? So like she can't make someone too good and she can't make someone too mean. Like she has to add depth to the character.
100%. She needs to show that person is worthy of main character energy. Like,
and I think that's why she has Katie like throw in these like little snippets that like where like I think it's being disrespectful. I know a lot of the fandom doesn't think so, but like I think they're intentional because like I think it shows like when she asked like is Liz high in the bathroom, for instance, maybe Katie went through something with her parents that like made her react the way that she did. Like we don't know, so it's all speculation, but like maybe her parents, since they were young, they had like a drug problem, like, and that's why she asked. Maybe she's not like she's been around that stuff and that's why she stays away from Joey, because she doesn't want to be around drugs. Like we don't know. And I think she adds like these little like remarks because it makes the fandom like, why did she say something like that? Like why are you saying that? And I don't like necessarily take it like as a bad thing that she's saying that. Do I think they're rude? Yes, but I think we're gonna finally get inside her brain in the future and be like, oh well, that comment makes sense now. And like I like to be proved wrong, and I know you do too, Crystal. So like I'm ready for those moments where I'm like, wow, like that was a mean comment, but I kind of get where Katie's coming from.
Give it to me, 100%.
Literally.
Yeah, so I think like overall we're excited to see Katie and Feely's story. Like we have I want to say we don't have enough just yet to really pin down what's actually happening in their dynamic. It's really pure speculation at this point. So we do need more, and we're going to get more in the next book. But right now, it's really hard to gauge on what we think is happening with Feely and Katie specifically. It's very difficult to pinpoint what the grievance is. Like, what is the grievance?
Yeah, especially because we don't know their like dynamic from 2003 before the New Year's Eve party. Like, we have no idea how close they were. Like, they could have been a lot closer than we think. They could have done things together that is hidden from the rest of the group. Because I mean, we have this playlist where it says like, you treat me like a secret, I treat you like a oath or something. And like, what if they're like, they both have a secret that they're hiding and no one knows it, you know? So there's like so much that like we don't know about, and I think that's going to play a big role later on.
Exactly. And I think like overall, you just have to go into the next book knowing you're not going to get the answer. You've got to prepare yourself that you're not going to get the answer, and you may not come out how you feel. I
feel like we have to make like realistic timeframes for like these books, and like we can't answer every problem in one book, otherwise there'd be no other books.
No, exactly. We can't solve it all in one go, but we will try our best. Okay, next question. Are we sure Hugh hasn't slept with Katie? Doesn't he tell Johnny Katie's the only one he's been with?
So I think that comment was actually taken out of context. I think because there's other parts in the book where they've like talked about being with people, but not actually sleeping with them. So like he may have been with her in other ways. Like maybe there was kissing, maybe there was like making out, maybe there was some like touching. Like there could have been stuff like that. I truly don't think they're very intimate. I really don't. And I think if they were like doing a lot more of the kissing stuff, maybe that's in 2004 while we don't have, because in 2005 the only kiss we have is June at Biddy's. So like maybe they kissed a lot more back in 2004. Totally possible. And like even like those scenes where like Katie's like taking off her shirt and like Hugh's like trying to stop the situation, like that just proves to me like they have not done more.
Yeah.
Because like he's like scared, and he literally says like, I need to stop this before I give her something that I can't get back.
Yeah, exactly. So if he's not comfortable with what base is that? I don't even know anymore.
I don't even know. I don't know what the bases are.
What base is taking off your...
I don't even know where that would fall.
That's an American thing. You should know that. We don't say that here. So
I'm 28. I think bases are long overdue.
We're going to have to review what the bases are. But yeah, if he's not comfortable with that, we're not going any further than that. And I think we've also got to reflect on like Hugh and his comfortability with his sexuality was something we slowly learned about in releasing 10. And he's technically 18 right now, and he's potentially not done anything. So I think he himself is like, he's very, I guess, particular. He needs to have that good foundation, that trust, and that love. And he's just a good guy. Like, I think he's not there with Katie, and we've seen the snippets that he doesn't love her the same way he loves Liz. So it does make sense that he would be waiting for Liz. Awesome.
I can also see like the way Hugh views sex is very different from like how like his friends view sex, and how Liz views sex, and how Katie views sex. Like sex to him is like an emotional, very like important like thing. And it's funny because Aoife says the same thing, and that's why she never slept with Paul. She says like sex is not just sex to me, and like Paul can't comprehend that because he can differentiate between like emotion and sex, because the act of sex is just physical. You know what I mean? But like a lot of people can't get the emotional aspect out of it, and I don't think Hugh can, and I don't think Aoife could. Yep. So I think that's why for Hugh, he has to wait for the right person, and it has to be like almost perfect in the sense, like it has to be the right moment. Like it can't just be like in a bathroom, like for his first time, like because like for him, like that's not enough. Like that's not how it should be. It should mean more than like a dirty bathroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And like Hugh's a romantic, okay? He is a romantic, okay?
He's a reader. He loves like reading books, and like I just feel like
a savior. He is a hero. Like
I just feel like we even see in releasing 10, like he was like when like they're drunk and like Liz is like, let's just do it now, and he's like, but we're drunk, and she's like, I don't care, and he's like, well, I do, and like he's like the first time is not going to be in this bathroom, like for the first like for the most part, like we want a bed, like we need a bed at least. And like I know a lot of you have seen a lot of our theories, but like I think it's going to have to be a happy moment and get rid of a bad moment in order for it to be a healing journey for both of them. Because I think both of them together, it needs to almost heal Liz in a sense, because she's never been with a person who is like, she's never been with a person like for emotional like pleasure. You know what I mean? Like she's never had that. She's only had like that horrible physical act, and like whatever happens to Feely, I don't think that's going to be like in the same boat. But I think that's going to be her first like step maybe into something like normal.
Like first positive sexual experience, you know, like
but I don't think it's gonna be an emotional experience. Like I don't think it's gonna be out of love. I think it's gonna be more out of friendship in a way.
Yeah, exactly. And then with Hugh, obviously there's love there is so much love there that's healing for them, like if we look at it from that point of view. So,
and I feel like a lot of people don't want to think of sex as healing, but like for their story it is. Like their story is super important, and sex is like a big player in their story.
I was gonna say cue the song Sexual Healing.
Yes, no, literally, because play in the background. No, because literally like the whole R10, like once we like hit like the puberty age, like all the book is about is sex. Yeah, that's like all it's about. So like their book has to have that in it, but it has to be like a healing thing. It can't just be them hooking up all the time. That's not characteristic of them.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, we are on the no. Katie and Hugh have not done the deed. Okay,
I agree with that.
There's a snippet from There's a snippet of T10 where Hugh tells Katie to be patient. Do we think they're fake dating?
I don't think they're fake dating in the sense of like the actual relationship being fake. Like I think they went into this relationship with like real intentions. I also want to point out that Hugh never actually agreed to be her boyfriend, and he never like asked the question himself. I think he kind of just like went along with it, not in the sense of like they're not together. I do think they're together, but I think he was just like from the outside, like this is the girl I'm supposed to be with. Like it looks good, it's comfortable, she's quiet. Like he even says like it's different. Like I know what to expect. Like there's that one snippet where it's like when Katie calls like to say goodnight, it's goodnight for the night and not goodnight forever. And, like that, like he knows exactly what to expect. He knows where he stands. He like knows her intentions and like maybe. And I think there's that one part in R10 where he's like when she says all she wants is company. Like I actually kind of believe her. Yeah. And like because he has that weird like thing with like females, like where he's like kind of like not trusting of them because of Liz. So I do think they went in fully with pure intentions and it wasn't fake in the sense of like, oh, like we're not actually together, we're actually faking it. I think they were trying really hard to be something real. I think the dynamic just shifted later on. And that'll most likely be 2004 and then it's shifting in 2005. So I mean that's a good 9 months of them giving it a go, I want to say. For sure. And you can see that in the snippets that it's quite clear that Hugh is still struggling. And I think the main part there is they're honest with their feelings. Like it's pretty clear that Hugh's been honest from the beginning of their relationship on how he feels. So like we hope that continues throughout the next book because that's how they built their relationship, on the foundation of honesty. So that's kind of why we think like cheating will be handled differently because they built the relationship on honesty, knowing that they both weren't actually ready, but why not? And at the core, they're friends. Like I don't think they want to like maliciously hurt each other. I don't think that's characteristic for Katie or Hugh. Like I think they truly will want to talk. Like, and you can see in snippets where like Hugh's talking about Liz and he's like, I loved her since I was 7 and like I'm just trying to get over her. Like we can already see like he's expressed how he feels about her. So like Katie knows. So they're having some type of open conversation. And maybe it's just an open relationship. Maybe it's that's always a possibility. You know, it's just an open relationship. They're with each other for that grounding, for that foundation, because they are too scared at that stage to completely someone to lean on. They need someone, a companion. It's comfortable. So maybe it is open in that sense until they feel ready to let it go, if that makes sense. But, you know, whether it's cheating or infidelity, we really hope it's open and they have a conversation about it because, like, Hugh's very responsible. Like, he's a very responsible character. So even if, say, it did happen, we really think that Hugh would own up to it and he would end things. I also do want to add in, like, because we see Hugh in such like a good light and he is this good person, that doesn't mean he's not able of making a mistake too. So like if something does happen and there is some type of like maybe minuscule cheating, because I don't think it'd be something crazy with him, to be honest. I think it'd be like more like a kiss or something. That doesn't make him an ultimately bad person. And I think people get this misconstrued like image of cheating, that like cheating, bad, betrayal, bad person, evil. Like that's not how it is. Like in real life, like teenagers cheat. Like you're not married, you're not having a full-on affair, you don't have vows. Like it sucks, it's uncomfortable, and it is hurtful, but in the long run it's not that big of a deal. Exactly. It's really not. Like, I think it's the way it's handled. Like if that person's able to own up to it, apologize, make things right, that shows growth in that person. Kind of like Eva and Paul. Whereas if somebody's hiding it, is like not truthful, that is where that cheating stigma comes from, because you've got that's what infidelity is. It's very much negative because there's no understanding, there's no mutual conversation, and people can cheat and get over it and continue on if then they talk about their feelings. So and also like it's not up to us to like forgive the character if they do cheat. It's up to the other characters in the book. Like it's up to Katie if Hugh cheats on her, and it's up to Hugh if Katie cheats on her. And like it's not up to us. Like we're just along for the ride. We are not in the relationship, okay? No. But every relationship is going to look different. We definitely just think there's going to be multiple factors in play, like whether there's multiple tropes in play potentially throughout the timeline. There are times where you think, oh, this is potentially more of this trope, whereas at times, oh, this is more of this trope. So there's potentially going to be literally a multi-factor relationship going on that I honestly don't think any of us are going to guess, regardless of all our theories. I think Chloe's going to just pull one on us and we're going to be like, oh, didn't even think about it. That's how I feel, to be honest. Like I truly feel like I'm not going to be able to guess exactly the dynamic of the relationship, and I almost hope I don't because like I want to be surprised, you know? I want to be surprised. I want to like feel that emotion. Like if I guess it correctly, like if I don't want to guess it perfectly correct, because that means like, wow, that was predictable. Well, I don't know how predictable it was because we do a lot of work. But if I figured it out, like it's too predictable to me. I agree. And I think because it's so like the timeline is quite long, so it doesn't mean that it's going to be consistent like that. It could potentially mean 2004 looks like this, the beginning of 2005 looks like this, and then the end looks like that. Like potentially that's potentially why we're all going to be wrong because it depends on the stage of the relationship as to when things are happening, which we don't know. But so I think there's potentially tropes of fake dating, there's potentially tropes of cheating, like all the relationship tropes are potentially involved in this situation, but we're not going to really know it for sure until we get the damn book. Like agreed. Okay. Someone says, will they break up? Yes. We believe they have broken up at the Winter Ball. And that's just based on, like, I want to say a lot of evidence. We have a lot of evidence to bring that. Plus, we know Liz and Hugh are endgame. Like, it's literally Liz and Hugh's book. It would make no sense for them to not get together eventually at the end. Yeah, exactly. And I think, like, we all know, like, the snippets are out there of Liz and Hugh being back together. We know that there's a lot of foreshadowing of them being endgame. So
it's pretty straight.
I feel like she wouldn't have said like Liz and Hugh's book is just heating up, like tune in, if like it wasn't Liz and Hugh's book. Like if it was literally Liz and Kate, or if it was
Katie and Hugh's book.
Yeah, like that's what it would say. Like it wouldn't
Like
say
so confused. Yeah, 100%.
like, unless she does a plot twist on us and like makes us think it's Liz and Hugh's book the whole time, and then plot twist POV Katie, and then like I could just not
it ends up being a multi POV with 3 POVs.
Oh my gosh,
Really on the
it's a
side.
why choose.
Do you think they'll stay friends post the breakup?
I do. I actually do. I think it might take some time, but I
think it'll take time.
Friends.
Yeah, I think. Like from
think
what we can
they're
see
gonna
now,
drift.
the breakup is looking like on good terms at current. Like it's looking from outside looking in.
Yeah.
It's looking like they're on good terms on the breakup.
Especially with that one snippet where it's like, I really do love you, Katie, and it's just like just not how you are supposed to, like not how you love her. That doesn't seem like them screaming fighting. Like it seems like an understanding. And I think it's a really important scene because I think they're both gonna be very upset because I do think they really do love each other, just not as romantic partners. Yeah. And I think that love's just not gonna go away. Like they're both big players in each other's lives. They've been together, I mean, from what we know, from April 2004 all the way to like the winter ball in 2005. That's a long time in a high school relationship. That's a long time.
So long.
So like I think there's going to be a lot of love there, and like we even have other snippets of, even though they're not being romantic, like we have that like Katie like trying to find an outfit and stuff like that. Like there's a friendship there, and I don't think that's just going to go away because they broke up. I really don't, because I think at the core they should have just been friends all this time anyway.
Yeah, and they'll probably reflect on that and realize that it will just kind of depend on what other factors were involved as to whether it's going to take a lot of time or whether it's an immediate healing situation.
And it's kind of like the Aoife and Paul, I always bring them back because I think there's such a good parallel. Like Aoife wasn't going to forgive Paul until they had that conversation. And like Paul was like, I got like Shane locked up and like I wanted to give my first love a chance with her first love. And like I think Aoife respects that now. And I think that would give them a better chance at like potentially having a friendship moving forward. I don't think we're ever really going to get that dynamic. But like I do think like if they were in a room together, they could have a civil conversation. They would be able to speak. Like I think it would all be good. So
and you've got to think
that's
like,
gonna happen.
Like Hugh, after Hugh and Liz broke up, he's still good to her. He's still looking out for her. He still pulls out chairs for her. And in his eyes, she cheated on him. Like,
yeah,
so,
he's a respectful person.
Yeah, I don't think.
And he even like says like, don't tell anyone, like, don't ruin her reputation. Like, he doesn't want people upset with Liz. Yeah. And they broke up. Like, it's not like he's like, oh, we're broken up. Like, I don't care about you anymore. It's not like that.
Yeah, I think Hugh is always going to be the bigger person, and help like heal he's going to try to heal the relationship as much as he can. May just take some time though, depending on what the actual situation is. Do you think Katie's like hooking up with both? That's the question.
No, I don't think she's hooking up with both of them.
No.
I think she probably hooks up with Feely.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think it'll be a back and forth situation. I think that's what the questions are implying. It's, do you think that Hugh is going between Liz and Katie? Do you think Katie's going between Feely and Hugh? Like,
no.
Like,
no,
we're not that
really
complex. Don't. We're not that. I don't
think any of the characters would like that, to be honest.
No, I don't think it'll be a back and forth situation. I think there'll be a dynamic involved which will maybe justify or at least give us a bit of understanding behind the actions, and then it will have to come to a point which we have theorized as when that is, as to when they do call it and say actually it's just not working and we need to be with the people we're supposed to be with.
I think this is why I say like I think from 2005 onward like their relationship isn't what it seems. I think back in 2004 Katie and Hugh were the ones like that was the dynamic. Liz and Feely potentially could be that dynamic. Hit 2005 I think it's Katie Feely behind the scenes and then we get the Hugh and Liz breadcrumbs behind the scenes. Like I don't think it's like both at the same time. No.
And I think
that'd just be too complicated, and also like it wouldn't make sense almost. Like I feel like
it'd be very hard to hide, like going back and forth, because if you look at the timeline there's a lot of group hangs, so it's just
as a teenager, like you're always just like infatuated with one person. It's hard to kind of like provide any type of like
you cannot
anything for someone else. And we kind of see that throughout the other books. Like when someone hyper focuses on like a specific character, like Johnny to Shannon and Claire to Gibbs, like it's hard to see anyone else around you. Like your world is kind of orbiting around that person. So I don't see them like being able to even like go between each other because their world is revolving around the one person.
100%. Yeah, that's a bit too layered, I think, at this stage. We can barely handle this like triangle that became a square, that became a star, that became
a pentagon.
I think it's more a pentagon than a star. Like,
yeah, I think it's pentagon.
Yeah, but
because Casey's going to come in and play a role too. So
yeah, and I think that's the dynamic we have to unpack. We don't know much about Casey. We don't know what her situation is with Feely, and that's potentially like the narrative for Feely and Katie. So like,
I'm actually kind of excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited to see more of Casey just because she's such a side character, like even more of a side character than like Katie is right now.
Yeah.
That like every time we've seen Casey, she's just either drunk or like she's like just like very like aggressive like almost.
Drunk fun best friend, like she's
on
the side.
And I want to see like I would love for like Chloe Walsh to do like almost like a spin-off series where it's like the BCS thing.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? Like that'd be like
so good. Yeah.
It'd be so good. Like you see like Alec and like all of those people. And, like, yes, exactly. It would be so cool to have like a spin-off series like once she's done with all of these, which would kind of be cool if she like tied it into like Katie and Feely's book
with Casey.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, because you can branch out and kind of.
Hey, that'd be such a cool book.
Yeah, 100%.
Should I email Chloe?
Yeah.
Give me your email.
This was our idea.
Oh wait, this is my idea. I think you should rate a Casey book.
BCS series. Yeah. What are we gonna call it? The girls of BCS.
The girls of BCS. Oh my
Or
gosh, I love
PCS
it.
girls.
I love it. I think we need to get her to do that.
I think it's hard because no one's gonna guess why they're doing what they're doing. Like,
Yeah.
like we speculate that these things are happening, but nobody is going to guess the why. And I think that's the hardest thing. We can theorize literally all day, which we do.
Yeah.
But we're
Literally
not
all
going to
day.
actually find out the why. And that is why our theories change. Because if you don't know the why, you cannot figure out, like, this isn't like...
Yeah, like a snippet could come out and like today and like completely change everything we said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we don't know the why. We don't know why we're in this situation, how we're feeling. Like, we don't know that POV. So I think regardless of what we do, we're not going to find out.
No.
It's hard to talk about Hugh and Katie without making judgments based on what we see at face value. Like,
we don't have the context.
Yeah.
Like we don't have anything to like really go off of other than like little things we've seen.
Yeah.
And like snippets that may potentially not even make it to a book. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And like if we look at it at face value, like what we see right now, our current theory is that from the 90s party onwards, they are like safe face, fake, whatever you want to call it. Shields. I don't even know what to call it, to be honest.
I don't know either.
But a mutual understanding. Like, it's a mutual understanding moving forward until we get to a point where they are honest and maybe things happen on both party sides, and then potentially that's when they decide to call it. But
I guess we can also kind of talk about that, like how we think both parties will probably, if there is a cheating trope, probably do something. Like, we don't think it's going to be one couple and that's it. We think maybe potentially both and different types of cheating.
Types, yeah. I think like different types and different, I want to say, levels of spice.
I agree with that. I truly do.
Because some people define cheating as, completely the deed. And some people are like, oh, they kissed or they made out or...
It's like not that big of a deal.
Not that big of a deal. They did some light touching.
Yeah.
But once we get...
Everyone has like a boundary. You know what I mean?
So it's very hard to be like, well, what do you consider cheating? Emotional cheating. If we're going to say emotional cheating, well, we know Hugh's doing that. Like, we can see that.
And some people might be okay with emotional cheating. Like, we saw that Paul really didn't care that Aoife was emotionally cheating. But once she kissed him and crossed that line where it became physical, that's when he drew the line.
Exactly.
So everyone's version is going to be a bit different. And I do think both parties will end up doing something that's going to blur the edges a little bit. I don't think Chloe's going to make it look malicious either way, but I think one couple will go further than the other couple. And I think it's going to be both parties that are doing something to each other.
Yeah.
Almost because I feel like Chloe would also want to kind of make it fair in a way, so no one's like too hurt and too upset about it.
Yeah. Especially because it's like over the timeline of things. It's not like it doesn't seem or appear to be a one-time thing. Mm-hmm. It's well, we know emotionally, if you look at the snippets, emotionally, basically from that March period, we've got Hugh and Liz together. Okay. But physically, we don't know. So there's a lot of tells, there's a lot of potential scenes, but in saying that, like, how far is the scene? Like, how deep are we going?
Yeah. And it could be like back in like really season 10, even post the breakup, like Liz was still trying to like touch Hugh, and like he was like sometimes giving in, sometimes not giving in. Like it could be another one of those dynamics. Like who's to say Liz isn't manic again, and she's trying to do that same thing where she's like reaching out for like some type of physical intimacy. Like we don't really know. Like, and Hugh could be like the whole time like no, but like Chloe might deem that as like a spicy scene. You know what I mean? Like it might be like one of those like cherry. Yeah.
Like cherry, sweet, bantery, like flirtatious. And
attempt.
And I guess an example is, which we have pieced together, is you've got a cherry, spicy, whatever you want to call it, scene, and it's them sitting on the bus next to each other. It is swapping seats and well-placed coats on bus trips. Okay? So they're obviously sitting on the bus. There's people around.
Yep.
Are we implying that things are happening there? Potentially. It implies that something could have happened, but you saw
it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it's the context of how that happens. So like there's just a few of those to unpack, and honestly we're not going to know until we actually read it, like, but we're still very, very firm on our theory of Hugh not going all the way. He can do whatever he wants prior to that. I don't care. Okay, be with Lizzie. But on his birthday, that is when the line's really drawn, I want to say, and clear for him, I think, as well.
I think so too. I think that just makes the most sense.
And then with Philly and Katie, well, again, 90s party, we've got that initial understanding of something happening, and then I guess the next kind of big event would be Feely driving her home.
Yeah.
So there's
something implied that definitely something happens there.
Exactly. So, unless Chloe's just pulling her leg, some of these things may not come true. They obviously may not be canon, but it's looking like on both parties there are two very particular scenes that could outline a potential situation unfolding.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
It's just I guess it's from there. It's just like how they manage it from there. Like how do they? That's when it's going to get interesting. It's like, okay,
I agree.
You've done this, whatever it is. How do we move forward? Why are we moving forward like this? Like, what is the rationale behind it?
I'm so excited to see the dynamic between Hugh and Katie. Honestly, I know a lot of people don't want to read about Hugh and Katie, and like obviously I don't do it in a sense, but I honestly want to understand the relationship because I think it's going to be like so unique, and I feel like it's going to be like kind of like eye opening that like what they do. I think it's going to be truly eye opening.
Yeah. But I think we're going to see a lot of Hugh still pining after Liz in his POV.
Oh, for sure. For sure. He's also going to like see, like he never like doesn't see her. You know what I mean?
Never.
So I just feel like it's going to be a lot of internal monologue.
Oh, it's okay. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like his internal monologue and his like
Okay.
actual dialogue is going to be so like back and forth. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
He's fighting with himself. Like he is so conflicted with
Yeah.
everything. And and we've always said, like, if Liz came back after the hospital and said, hey, like, take me back, he would have said yes.
he would have. He was broken down
Oh,
crying.
he was
That boy would have
broken.
took her back so fast.
I
He
was
did not
broken.
expect that.
We were all broken. But
I like still
yeah.
can't read it.
I can't.
It's so sad.
Like, yeah, and I think we're going to see that part as well. We're going to see Hugh still trying to get over Liz in that immediate aftermath of the breakup, which is going to be very difficult to read, I want to say, because
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be as like long and put out as we
No.
think it's going to be. It's only 9 months in 2004 that we don't have.
Yeah.
So
anything else we do, and in that sense, the retelling
Yeah.
probably won't be very long because we've
Yeah.
already got the retelling in like 3 books. So I
Exactly.
don't know he's going to continue to retell a story. She just needs to fill in the gaps of that.
especially because like R10 had like how many parts to the story? Like over 20. So like we could do time jumps. Like we already know we can do time jumps. We started at 1993 and went to 2004 in R10. So
Yeah.
we can do like 2004 to 2006. Like that's not a big enough time gap. Where
Exactly.
I'm like, she can't fit that in a book. Like
No.
we know she can. She's done it.
She can. She's a little big, thick little.
Even like Joey's books, like I think one of his books started in 1993 as well, and like we already get up to like 2004. So like I know she can do it. I think it's just gonna be like time jumps.
And realistically, if we remove all the relationships out, our focus is Liz's mental health, and handling Mark, right?
And Pierce.
So we need to get over all the like teen drama,
Yeah.
so we can actually deal with the real
And
problem.
truly, yeah, we're gonna heal from Pierce though, because the
He'll be
ultimate demise of the relationship wasn't Mark, it was Pierce.
Betrayal. Yeah.
So it was that betrayal. So I think that's what like their initial problem is. Mark's not their initial problem. And I think that's weird for a lot of readers to hear because like what happened with Mark was so severe. But
Yeah.
like it's not Hugh and Liz's initial problem.
No.
That's not what broke them up.
So like that's what we have at the moment, but we will be doing like a few more polls around like what your questions are because we know things come up randomly, and as snippets come out, we think of new theories. But we will be trying to do this as like a regular thing so that you can hear our thoughts because we're often, I guess, changing our minds.
Yeah, no, I changed my mind like by the second. I can end this like podcast and like I'll probably be like, actually, Crystal, I changed everything I said.
Yeah. But thanks for watching, and obviously just make sure you follow us on TikTok and Instagram, and if you would like, obviously subscribe to our channel because we'll be doing like more regular videos to give you guys something to hold on through the slump, shall I say?
Yeah, our YouTube is definitely gonna have the longer videos that we can't post all on TikTok because TikTok cuts you off as soon as Instagram.
Exactly. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks for coming. Bye.
Okay, bye.